It's interesting with Donald Trump because you sit there, and this has been true throughout, even in his first term, you question what he's doing, but in the end you go, geez, that made perfect sense.
Why do you think Donald Trump was fighting the release of the Epstein files?
One of the things that you'll find is that he's fought the release of a number of things that turned out to be nothing, and I think it's more out of a matter of principle than it is anything else. It's like
What's another example of that?
tax records. I mean,
His tax returns?
his tax returns and everything else. I mean,
Why would wait a second? That doesn't make sense. Those are his tax returns that he was fighting. It wasn't like he was keeping anyone else safe but himself, right?
well, actually, it's a matter of principle. Once you release his, what do you do with everybody else's? And
But every major political party's candidate, for a very long time, decades, has released their tax returns.
it's a matter of personal choice. And so he said no.
My hat is off. As you can see, I'm not wearing a hat to this CPAC attendee for finding a justification for dear leader's actions that we have not heard yet.
As you sit there and you go, oh, why is he doing that? You kind of go, well, let me think this out. You have to do some critical thinking in order to realize what's happening. And that's actually one of the biggest problems. We live in a world of sound bites.
I mean, the way he's twisting his body, almost literally bending over, trying to justify and then re-justify once the first justification didn't make any sense. But he's right. We do indeed live in a world full of sound bites, and the one he just gave is going to be thrown directly back in his face. Watch.
But would critical thinking be thinking about it, seeing he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein, thinking there might be some embarrassing things about Donald Trump in there, and then Donald Trump decides, I don't want to release those? Wouldn't that just be the critical thinking?
I guess it could be.
I mean, you can feel the cogs in his little brain turning as he realizes the critical thinking he tried to exhibit does not match Trump's words or actions, and that he, in fact, was not using critical thinking at all, but was using Trumpian thinking and MAGA Trump derangement syndrome, where they are deranged enough to believe that whatever he does has some good reason other than protecting his own stuff, which is very clearly all he does and cares about. That and his very rich friends, of course. I don't want to leave them out.
2020. Press conference. Donald Trump is asked about Ghislaine Maxwell. He says, I wish her well. I wish her well. And then he said again, but I wish her well. That's convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and a lot of people want to know if she's going to turn in powerful people. And I know you've talked in the past about Prince Andrew, and you've criticized Bill Clinton's behavior. I'm wondering, do you feel that she's going to turn in powerful men? How do you see that working out?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it too much. I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well, whatever it is. I don't know the situation with Prince Andrew. Just don't know. Not aware of it.
Why do you think he was wishing convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell well?
Probably because he had nothing else to say at that particular point in time. What's he going to say, rot in hell? I mean,
he says Democrats are enemies of the people. He hates them. Ghislaine Maxwell, sex trafficker, he says, I wish you well.
And if you've ever noticed anything with Donald Trump, he generally speaks in general terms like Democrats are traitors. He doesn't sit there and say Schumer is a traitor.
Okay, yeah.
He doesn't get specific. He doesn't.
Well, he specifically wished convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell well.
About her, and so he gave a nice general answer.
I mean, you can tell right there that this single, indisputable, and inexcusable piece of evidence really struck a nerve because he abandoned his commitment to trying to at least appear to think logically with this response.
If Donald Trump pardoned Ghislaine Maxwell, would you still support him?
I really don't think I'd care.
This MAGA man is very similar in a lot of ways to many other MAGA supporters we've seen and covered over the years. They change the goalposts constantly to accommodate whatever Donald Trump says that contradicts his own opinions and certainly contradicts what his friends have said, contradicts what his followers have said, contradicts what his own mouth has said, and suddenly that's their new party line. And he makes them dance. He makes them dance an incredibly strange, weird, awkward kind of dodging away from somebody shooting bullets at your shoes kind of dance. You got no choice when someone's shooting bullets at your shoes. You have to jump. And that's what he makes them do, metaphorically.